So this is a really interesting story that caught my eye by Jordan Green. He's an investigative reporter. This is in Raw Story. So I'm sure you guys remember Nick Fuentes and Milo Yiannopoulos snuggled up to a guy by the name of Kanye West, or as he calls himself now, Ye West. Now, we did a story recently, and I don't know why nobody else is talking about this, but it appears like Kanye West is missing. Nobody's seen him since he had that very public breakdown and meltdown and went on Alex Jones' show and talked about how he loves Hitler and he wants to gargle his and all that stuff. So, I hope that doesn't get me demonetized. Gargling is not the best thing to say if you want to stay monetized. Anyway, support the show on Patreon. Anyway, so he's been missing, and his own agents are trying to send him legal papers to say, hey, this is your notice. We are officially dropping you. Apparently there's some rule or law where they have to let him know, hey, we're dropping you and we're not going to represent you anymore. And they can't find him. They're trying to serve him these papers. They can't find him. So look, I fear something actually happened to him. And that's why every time we talked about him in the midst of his mental breakdown, I made sure to stress the fact that this guy needs help. Whoever's close enough to him, get him help. He needs it desperately. I know he thinks he doesn't. I know he's going through the manic phase right now, so if anything, he could feel euphoric as he says these terribly idiotic things, but no, as high as the high is now, the low is going to be that low later, so he desperately needs help. Well, nobody's seen him, right? But look, here's the big question at this point. Did Milo Yiannopoulos and Nick Fuentes, from day one, know they were milking a mentally ill man, not just for clout, but also for money? Well, some new evidence emerged that maybe that's exactly what was going on. So look at this. Nick Fuentes, the Holocaust denier and white nationalist head of the so-called Groypers movement, received $14,719 late last year from the 2020 presidential campaign committee of Ye, the rapper formerly known as Kanye West, according to a campaign disclosure filed today with the Federal Election Commission. So, a couple points real quick. When it comes to Nick Fuentes, when they say, hey, he's a Holocaust denier and a white nationalist leader, that's actually true with him. Now, the reason I point that out is because I understand the media sometimes can go overboard and they'll, sometimes call somebody a white nationalist or a racist or whatever, and it's on flimsy evidence. With Nick, it is not flimsy. There's endless clips of him on his own show saying preposterously dumb things and fully embracing these ideologies that they're saying he embraces. Okay. A November 22nd payment of $9,026 from the Kanye 2020 committee to Fuentes coincides with the date Ye and Fuentes dined with former President Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago and political consultant Karen Giorno. Fuentes received a second payment of $5,693 from the Kanye 2020 committee on December 27th. The purpose of the expenditures for both payments to Fuentes are described as travel reimbursement, accompanied by a parenthetical note indicating see below, which is followed by multiple reported expenditures to United Airlines, Uber, and Courtyard Marriott for airfare, transportation, and lodging. So it doesn't cost $14,000 for all of those things. That does not cost $14,000. So clearly he's profiting quite a bit in this as well. It is not clear why Fuentes was reimbursed for travel if, as the report indicates, the campaign paid directly for the services. So in other words, that came out of the campaign funds up front, and the $14,000 appears to be just on top of what was already paid for. Okay. A representative for the Kanye 2020 committee did not immediately respond to messages from Raw Story seeking comment. The Kanye 2020 campaign committee stems from the rapper and businessman's unsuccessful 2020 presidential campaign, although the expenditures to Fuentes are designated as pertaining to the 2024 presidential election. Ye late said last year, okay, so they messed that up. Ye said late last year, amid a string of anti-Semitic tirades that included a threat to go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people, that he would run for president in 2024, but he has yet to formally file paperwork with the FEC to do so and has no current 2024 presidential campaign operation per se. Look, this does remind me of 2020, when in 2020, a lot of people don't remember this. He ran in 2020. He got literally, I think the number was 60,000 votes. After making a big deal bro, I'm going to beat these guys. I'm going to beat Trump. I'm going to beat Biden. That's what I'm going to do, bro. 60,000 votes. Didn't even do the paperwork. Jesus, man. He's showing every classic symptom of severe bipolar disorder. I mean, it's crazy. Okay, more. Fuentes has admired Ye as a MAGA avatar since the rapper started tweeting his support for Trump soon after the 2017 presidential election. Kanye 2020's new report which covers the period from October 1st to December 31st, also reveals payments totaling $49,955 to right-wing provocateur Milo Yiannopoulos in November and December. Yiannopoulos received $9,955 in November for something described as domain transfer, and $40,000 in December for campaign wrap-up services. So in this it was a brief time period where Milo worked for Ye, and it looks like he made $50,000 in that brief time period. Again, did Milo know going into it? I'm just gonna milk this billionaire for everything he's worth. This mentally ill billionaire, I'm just gonna milk him. $50,000, and he was only with him for what? 2 weeks, something like that. Unbelievable. So again, the question is, did they know going into it? We're just gonna shake this guy down. And remember, with Milo in particular, there were some spicy messages that leaked about stuff he said about Kanye before he got together with him. About, everybody knows he's gay, everybody knows he's in the closet, everybody knows he sucks, music overrated. It was a whole list of these private messages that leaked. I forget who leaked them. It could have been Laura Loomer or somebody like that. But this guy clearly had zero respect for Kanye, and then he gets with him and acts like, oh yeah, this guy should be president, and he milks him for 50 greasax, dog. 50 grand skis. God damn. So was any of it legitimate? Was any of it, sincere? I don't know, man. Kind of hard to wrap your mind around the fact that a guy like Nick Fuentes, a white nationalist, a guy like Milo Yiannopoulos, a white nationalist, that they're like, yeah, I'm going to support the black guy for president. That's what I'm going to do. Maybe it is just all about the money. I mean, grifting to the max. Also trying to get some clout off it, etc. Not knowing it would end in this comically terrible and hilarious way of fizzling out, and Lord only knows even where Kanye is right now. Hope he's okay, right? Yiannopoulos, a former protege of Trump acolyte Steve Bannon and former senior editor for Breitbart, joined forces with the alt-light movement, a far-right formation that downplayed explicitly white supremacist beliefs around the time of Trump's 2016 election. In a social media post following Ye and Fuentes' dinner with Trump, Yiannopoulos appeared to take credit for bringing Fuentes into the campaign, celebrating what a powerful and deadly alliance I have assembled. 3 days after the Mar-a-Lago meeting, Yiannopoulos donated to Fuentes' live stream on Cozy.tv while commenting, "My last super chat ever, because the next cash I send will be your paycheck. God bless you, Nicholas, and see you at the office on Monday." The Kanye 2020 committee, for its part, reported having $229,000 remaining in its account as of December 31st per its filing with the FEC. Okay. So as you know, it ended poorly. Milo Yiannopoulos and Kanye West ended up splitting up. We don't know why. Could it be because Kanye found those messages about what Milo was saying about him before he got together with him? Fuentes and Ye, not exactly sure on what terms they ended on. Does Nick Fuentes even know where Kanye is at the moment? But my guess is, dog, with the money that they were getting, they were probably trying to shake down the rest of that right there. You know? So trying to milk some clout for sure, but also probably just trying to get some money off of this mentally ill black dude. It's dark. That's some dark stuff, dude. That is dark. But anyway, I hope Kanye's okay. I hope he gets the help that he needs. And beware. Look, I'm very hesitant to trot out the term grifter when it comes to people, because I think it's massively overused. But in this instance, looking at what went on with Milo and what went on with Nick Fuentes, it's kind of hard to not use that word. Ever since Adpocalypse, when YouTube defunded all independent news and politics overnight, we haven't trusted them. We know they can pull the rug out from underneath us at any time. If you enjoy this content, please consider tipping $1 or $2 per month on the Secular Talk Patreon. Link in the video description box below. Thanks for your support.